So, it's Sunday morning, out for a walk, a woodland walk. I normally just write morning walk, but I thought this time I'll write woodland walk, because I walk up into the woodland. Good morning there. And there really isn't much more to it. These live streams are very simple and I just say what comes to mind. Hopefully I'm not making a fool of myself, not more than usual at least. Had a big video on the main channel yesterday. Yes, hello everyone. From Yorkshire, and yeah, 15 people have joined already. And Jacob, hello. Johnny, Shadowwitch, Birgitta and Mike, Joel. Good morning everyone. Yeah, so I had a video on the main channel yesterday. Going to talk a little bit about YouTube. Well, thank you, YouTube. It's very interesting because you can, after a while, after a few hundred videos, you start to understand what's going on, and you can see when YouTube is suggesting your video to people and when YouTube is not suggesting a video to people. I have been fortunate before, and YouTube has helped my channel. Now YouTube is not helping my channel. And that just goes to prove that they are serious about what they said they would be doing. They would be, if you're talking about something that is talked about in old media, like the news channels on TV and so on, you will likely not be suggested. Or what happens is that if someone stumbles upon a video, the next video they that YouTube suggests for them, or if you have autoplay on, the next video that starts playing will be, you know, yeah, CNN, Fox News, things like that, or some stupid talk show host trying to be funny. And I see that happening when I watch videos now. That's what's happening. I don't like that, because often I listen to videos when I'm driving. So if I'm listening to a video on a channel that I like, I have all on, I want to listen to another video from the same channel. I don't want YouTube to start auto-playing some video from the Sun, English newspaper, I believe. Things like that. I don't like that, because obviously when I'm driving, I can't as easily, I can't look at the screen, you know, I can't just easily change video. So I suspect that's happening with my videos as well. They didn't like the rune video 2 weeks ago. Southern Nordic, well, thank you, thanks a lot. And I didn't understand that, you know. Why do they hide my video with the runes, the rune alphabet? And then I stumbled upon some information that they view runes as linked to hate speech, which is totally insane and incredibly stupid. But that was probably what happened there. I know if you look at the view numbers on that video, it's about 20,000 in 2 weeks, and it's, you know, some would say that's a lot, but compared to my other videos, it's not a lot at all. So that's what you get when you try to respond to, I mean, many of you have asked for a rune video, a video about the runes, so I made a video about the runes, and YouTube didn't like that apparently. Now they don't like my video about being your own man, and they just prove, you know, what I said in the video. Or it could all be a coincidence. But if you had to bet like $10,000, is it a coincidence or not? Where would you place your money? That's the big question, I guess. I know where I would place my money. But enough about that. There are these, I'm saying enough about that. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. You know, there are certain qualities and certain truths. That's a difficult word. Truths. That we all know it's right, correct, you know. And if you're your own man, like I talked about in the yesterday's video, if you are your own man or your own woman, and you try to better yourself, you try to be sensible about, you know, everything to the best of your abilities, like your financial, you're taking care of your, you're sensible, financially sensible, and you are trying to live as healthy as you can. You are, you know, all these qualities, it will give you a better life and more success than people who don't have those qualities. So if there is a censorious agenda, which I think there is, sorry, something on the screen there. They won't be able to hide these truths. They won't be able to do that, because these things, you know, it's always been true, and it's always going to be true. For instance, I edited out, I think, what I said about women. No, I'm not an expert on women at all, but I have learned a little bit, and women don't care so much about, for instance, looks. They don't care so much about, you know, how should I put it? What they care about, what they are attracted to, is men who are their own men, who have goals in life, who are honest, sincere, and Lydian says, we're watching you. Yeah, I'll try to be careful now, but I think I'm I don't think I'm wrong when I'm saying this, that men who are honest and sincere and who have goals in life and who won't be pushed around, not by men, not by women, those men are viewed as attractive. I don't think I'm wrong when I'm saying that. You know, it has always been like that. It's always going to be like that. I'm crossing the stream, and it's not, you know, it's not rocket science. But if you say that, it's somehow that is almost politically incorrect to say. You know, it's almost. I don't think. You know, I think they're not going to be outside my house with pitchforks and torches if I say that, but not even the feminists. But it's not totally in the approved section of statements, to put it that way. But I edited out that part. That's YouTube for you. If the video is too long, then it tends to do not as well. Too lazy to take a morning walk. You know, I started walking in the morning many years ago. I tried to do that. It's all the way from Ohio. Hold on, I'm trying to sit. I'll sit down. Oops. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, I'll try there. I don't think these morning walks are physically well. It's healthy, but it's not like I don't. It's not like this is exercise or anything like that. But it's good for your mental health. Danny, good morning from Norway to Danny. Yeah, well, you know, now that I've touched upon the subject, let me talk about a little bit more about this issue, you know. Now, as I said, I'm not an expert on the women, but I do live with a woman, and I have done for many years. So hopefully I picked up a few things. She might disagree on that, but I think I have, and it's not very complicated, you know. Just try not to be a bad person. And if you look at women in Norway, and I think in many other European countries, I would guess this goes for North America as well, women tend to prefer or have their, how should I put it, we don't marry as much in Norway. It's in America, I guess you would say they tend to marry because it's more like the norm there, but we live in sin here. But your life partner, you know, I'll use that term, your life partner. Women tend to prefer men that are level and sensible, I think. That's all I can say about it right now. It's maybe it's just too simple, too boring for, you know, big media and the movies and so on, because the world doesn't look like it is portrayed in movies and TV series. Now, keep in mind, I am talking about TV series and movies that aired many, many years ago, because I haven't seen any for many, many years. But from what I can remember, I saw a few minutes of a TV series called Sex and the City, but then I got so disgusted, so I couldn't watch anymore, and it was horrible. And I thought, you know, I don't think I've met any women like that. Well, maybe I have, but I haven't had the need to meet them again. That's not the way the world works, you know. And, other women would call women like that something nasty, you know. We have a name for women like that, you know, and it's not the men who call them that; it's other women. So it's like this. Yeah, it's strange, because the real world doesn't look like that, you know. It's not. I often say we haven't changed that much since before recorded time. Interesting question. Blurry dinosaur. Liberal, does it mean something different in Europe? Yes. In Europe, liberal has another meaning. American liberal would be called socialist here, and liberal here is we have a liberal party in Norway, which is at least they call themselves a liberal party. It's the Progress Party. They are part of the Norwegian government at the moment, and they have a liberal political agenda, but they are, out of the main political parties in Norway, they are, I guess you could say, furthest to the right. So liberal does not mean left-leaning in Europe, at least not in Scandinavia. So yeah, there is a difference, and I think actually I feel sorry for you Americans, because when it comes to that, the use of that word, because liberals from what I've seen, liberals in America, they're not liberal at all. They are very anti-liberal, right? They don't want people to be free, and we have maybe a clearer distinction in Scandinavia when it comes to the concept of personal freedom, so that the further to the right you go, the more personal freedom you get, and the further to the left you go politically, the less freedom you get, like individual freedom. And especially the left, they don't like when people say that, but it's the truth. And then we have, it's quite interesting because most of the parties, the main parties in Norway, they are centrist, if you ask me. Like the Labour Party in Norway, if you look at their politics, it's not really that left-leaning. It's quite centrist. Although when it comes to social issues, you would call them left-leaning in North America, I guess. We are a lot more secular in Norway than in the USA, and yeah. But anyway, anyway, at this spot here, I've spent, I think, 3 nights. And one of those was with my son, and I remember it. It's not that long ago. Yeah, and it's very close to my home. It's actually a morning like this is, I really like the weather. Waking up to a morning like this is wonderful. And when it, just a reply to that question there, when it comes to secularism, I think it's a good thing, because the alternative is giving the church a lot more power, and I don't like that. So I'm an old heathen. But this place here is really, I really like this place. I consider myself lucky, because it's only a 10 minutes walk from my home, or well, 15 minutes walk from my home. And the way it looks here, hi there, Tilda. And Lydian, I do not reply to people who say that I should study something. I study all the time. It's part of my work. It's part of my job as a novelist. So this part, the way it looks here, is the only remaining part of the woodland that is gone now. Oh, Lydian, no, that's what. So I'm sorry, and my bad. Isn't that the expression? It's hard to keep up sometimes with the chat. Just to address that, I get in the comments the worst kind of comments to the videos are the comments that typically say, well, you're wrong and it's not like this, please study or look it up. And you know, oh, and I am tempted to reply. Of course, I never reply to trolls, but I'm tempted to reply. Oh, a random guy on the internet asked me to study something. I guess I have to do it then. It's like, no. Yeah, I like Torehun as well. I really like him. I don't like the Olafs so much. Let's walk a little bit. Okay. The big, the first of the big hikes is coming up. It's not a big hike, but it's It's a big hike to me. It will be, we will hike through the Eastern Forest. That's the name. Eastern Forest, where I spent a lot of time when I was a teenager, bushcrafting, overnighters out in the woods there. So what we'll do, it will be me and my friend Mats and maybe some others as well. What we'll do is yeah, I'm actually using my phone. This is at the moment the only thing I'm using my phone for. It lives in my car, this phone. I don't use a smartphone normally, but it's the best option when it comes to live streaming like this. Yeah, so we'll drive up to the south end of the Eastern Forest. And this is Oslo. Well, actually, the south end is outside of Oslo, but we'll drive up there and park one of the cars there, and then we'll drive the other car up to the north end. Then we'll walk through the Eastern Forest from north to south. And when we get to the south end, we'll drive up and get the car at the north end and get back home. It will be 2 days. It will be 2 days. So that will be the first of the longer hikes. And again, it's not a long hike. It's not like the, what's it called, the Appalachian Trail. Østmarka, yes, that's the Norwegian name. And then we will wait until April probably. We'll wait until after the ice has melted and before the mosquitoes hatch. Sorry. And then we'll do the same with a canoe in the northern forest. And the northern forest is a lot bigger than the eastern forest. And I don't know the northern forest. That's the wooded area north of Oslo. I don't know it that well. I spent most time in the eastern forest. A morning like this is waking up to weather like this is it's my favorite weather for some reason. I like it a little bit foggy, misty, rainy in the mornings. There's something about it. Maybe it's because, you know, you're in your sleeping bag and you're warm, and next thing you know, next thing is you're getting out of the sleeping bag, you're lighting a fire, making breakfast. Something about that. And I have to be honest with you, again, I try to be honest all the time, but it's an expression. I have avoided the longer multi-day hikes because I know that when I start doing that again, I might like it a little bit too much. I might like it a little bit too much. So there might be many of those hikes coming up. And for some reason now, I used to do that alone. For some reason, I don't know why, I'm hesitant to go alone now. Maybe I'm becoming old and cowardly. I don't know. It's like, but I know that when I do it, you know, I will do some solo hikes as well. When I do that again, because solo hikes are even more addictive, you know. Mushrooms. Joel spent 2 days, two weeks alone in the woods in your 20s. Wonderful. I'll show you something else here. Is it legal in Norway to forage? Yes, yes it is. Well, not animals, but if you're very thirsty and you need a big cup, big kuksa, there's a lot of animal activity today. It's like they're getting back to this area after the hunt. I'm going up to the wooden Lavvo with probably today with a plastic bag to tidy up after the people who've been there during the hunt, during the hunting season. All the shotgun shells, and there's a vodka bottle and some beer bottles and stuff. I was going to show you. There's a huge, I walked past it. There's a big, huge burr or burl on a birch tree here. But I walked past it. Should I have a weapon? There's spiteful comments count. Any hope for English translation of your books? Yes, there is always hope, and I'm from the 1st of January, only 2 or 3 days now, I will have a new agent. So fingers crossed that that agent will be able to land a book deal. More countries are coming up as well, and I'll keep you up to date on that. Let's walk up by the stream here. And there's a, you can sit underneath there. I think I'm safe out in the woods. Absolutely. Because there aren't many people out in the woods. Outside of the hunting season, there are not many people in the woods. I'm not the first choice for people who are looking for a victim anyway. So, okay, I'll walk back again actually. I'm getting hungry. Time for breakfast. Now, if you haven't already, share the video on yesterday's video on the main channel. That would be great if you could do that. Oh yeah, drunk hunters. I don't know if the people who drank the vodka were the hunters, but I do know that I've found vodka bottles there during every hunting season, and I never find those beer bottles and vodka bottles up there outside of the hunting season. So, but I've talked with the local hunting association, and I have informed them about what's going on here, and the guy I talked to, he was not happy. He was not happy about that. You know, they will exclude people like that. He said that if they can prove that their members have been acting like that, they will be excluded. But those people can still hunt, you know. So that's the problem. Yeah, well, English translation. Well, there is an English translation already, so I only need English publisher, so that needs to happen. Yeah, I've been effective this morning. I've written my 1,000 words, actually 1,200 something words, and then I did the reading. I did my reading. Now I'm taking a walk, so I'm feeling very effective. Passing the mushrooms again. I'm kind of when it comes to the main channel, I'm kind of at a crossroads, because I need to, no, maybe not a crossroads, but here's the thing. When I go hiking through the eastern forest, well, thank you, Danny. That would be awesome if you could do that. When I go hiking through the eastern forest, I will film a video, and that video will be likely not popular. It's strange, you know, but that's the way it works. But I never started the main channel. I never started the main channel just to maximize the views and the subscribers. It needs to be what I want to do, and that's why I don't only make videos about one thing. You have bushcraft channels that make videos about only bushcraft, and you have you have different channels, and some will stay to the same kind of video. I have several types of videos, and that's how it's going to be, because that's what I want to do. And if I get only 5,000 views, I think that's unrealistic, but I will probably not get 100,000 views on a hiking video, but it's part of what I do and what I'm passionate about. So that's why I will make that video. And hopefully the passion will shine through, or that you will be able to see the passion. If there is no passion there, I won't make that video. If there's, I only make videos about things I'm passionate about. Yeah, but also I'm not documenting my life. That's not what I'm doing. Some people, some YouTubers, they document what they're doing, every single thing. I don't do that. Yeah, well, people who like hiking are busy hiking and then not watching. Well, actually, I think it has to do with YouTube's how YouTube works, the algorithm and all that. So if you have some videos that are doing well about a certain topic, then you confuse the algorithm if you make a different kind of video. That's probably what's happening. Yeah, I just want to show you one of the most beautiful sights I know of. This is like almost as beautiful as the sea in a gale. Hold on. I'm trying to show you the spruce trees moving in the wind. Did you see that? American Renaissance says it reminds me of home. Yeah, I miss this when I'm traveling. I miss this, and I think Norway is many people live here. They don't know how lucky they are. So we need to conserve the good things that we have here. Like behind me, you will see a wire. Eco squatters in the eastern forest living in tree huts. I didn't know that. This is before the hunters, probably the hunters, burnt the car tire. They had the kids, they had a car tire hanging from a rope, so they could go back and forth, because the rope went up to the wire with a little device there, so they could slide back and forth. And the kids from the kindergarten, they come here and they have lunch and they play. I think that's truly wonderful. That those kids get to do that, you know. Not all kids are that lucky. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for now. Well, Joel, well, thank you for saying that, and I'll do my best. And you know, I might put. I've thought about maybe I can put some bushcraft stuff on this channel, this smaller channel. If there is something I know that will not, well, how should I put put it? Well, all the things with the algorithm and that I was just talking about. I might put some of that stuff on this channel. Trehyttelandsbyen, the tree hut village. Yeah, we don't have snow. We have green grass underneath me. There is green grass underneath me. But you know, I actually like this. Shadow Witch, yeah, good day to you as well. I actually like this now. I used to miss the snow, but now I like this. I've gotten used to it now, and you know, it's like we have a long autumn and then it's spring, and we skip winter. But in the eastern forest, I believe there is snow. In the northern forest, they had almost a meter of snow, I heard. So we'll see. Okay. Have a wonderful day, everyone, or night, whatever it is. And share my video on the video on the main channel that I uploaded yesterday, if you like it. Okay, tack. Okay, take care. Bye bye.